Hey everyone, thanks for jumping back into DI. So in today's video, what I'm going to talk about is how to store your Bitcoin holdings. It's a very important topic since we're at the really early stages of the bull run, which is probably going to take a couple years. So protecting your Bitcoin holdings and having secure methods in place is going to be really important. Having on and off ramps with respect to fiat is also going to be crucial. So I just thought about making this quick video to talk about the different ways in which you can store and diversify your Bitcoin holdings. So you have multiple redundancies in place and you're much better at ease. And also, I'm going to go through how you can make some yield, some passive yield on your Bitcoin holdings through taking some counterparty risk with platforms like Blockfi. Uh, so grab a stiff drink and let's get in. All right, so the way I want to explain this is say you have two Bitcoin total at today's price, that's going to be around anywhere between $23,000 to $24,000. What I would do personally is store 40% of that in cold storage wallets. So these you can pick your best wallets, whichever you like. Out of that, say 40% of 2 is zero point 0.8 Bitcoin. I'm going to store 75% of that on a Nano Ledger SRX or Trezor wallet. Again, I personally have Nano Ledger S, and I have two of those, so I split it between two wallets. It's coming anywhere between $60 to $100 right now. It's selling for, and they routinely have these discounts which you can avail and buy it at a cheaper price. They have some family discounts if you're buying three. So that's a really good way of storing your Bitcoin and just letting it sit. And all you have to worry about is the seed phrase. So zero point 0.6 Bitcoin is just sitting there in cold storage wallet, and you have nothing to worry about because that's not on a third party platform, or it's not nothing to do with counterparty risk. I'm gonna take zero point 0.2 of that Bitcoin and store it in some digital wallets like Atomic Wallet, Exodus Wallet, Trust Wallets. Again, you can choose your pick. All three are pretty good. I have accounts with Atomic and Trust Wallets. I store some Bitcoin in there. So let's say that's gonna be around zero point 0.2 Bitcoins. So your zero point 0.8 Bitcoin out of 2 Bitcoin is stored on cold storage wallets, and which is safe from any third party, or it's not on any platform, and that's just with you. So you're your own self custodian for it. So that's the best way for an average person to store and feel secure about a portion of their Bitcoin holding. That's why I have that as the major portion at 40%. The next one would be to have some exposure to Bitcoin on the crypto exchanges and keep it there. So I'm going to put 20% of my holdings on crypto exchanges just in case there's a big dip, uh, and or maybe there's a big rise up in the price and you want to take advantage of that. Uh, like there was a big dip in March. There could be a big run up eventually in 2021, 2022, and these things generally happen really quick. So transferring to crypto exchanges and stuff like depending on where you are in the world, maybe you're traveling, you're not taking your wallets with you. There's a lot of factors to it. So I always maintain a little bit of exposure on crypto exchanges, even for some trading activities if you want to trade for some altcoins which are going up at certain points. So that's also nice to have. Another reason I say this is to have multiple on and off ramps with respect to fiats set up already before the bull run. This is really, really important because in the last bull run in 2017, what happens like the Coinbase platform was down, Binance was continuously down. They were not even accepting new customers at the height of the bull run. They were overstacked with a lot of people. So it would become really difficult for you to have these accounts set up at the end if you want to sell your Bitcoin. So have them set up initially early before there's any rush of the mainstream coming in. There's a big FOMO that might kick in the end of next year. Uh, so have these multiple platforms set up. So what I personally use is Coinbase and Gemini in the US. So let's say you have 20% off your two Bitcoin. That's zero point 0.4 Bitcoin on crypto exchanges. I'm going to put 50% of that on Coinbase, so zero point 0.2 goes there. The next 25% goes on Gemini. Zero point 0.1, these two are pretty secure and well respected in the country, and you have much less tension having these on these platforms. Keep in mind there's some exchange fees when you're selling and buying, which vary for different platforms. So I haven't done that research in this video, but I can make more videos specifically related to which exchanges are the best with respect to multiple factors. So if you want to see that, leave a like or a comment, and then I can make that video for you as well. And then Binance, I have 25% there, so it's zero point 0.1. I mean, I'm just like putting some options out there. You don't necessarily have to open 3 accounts, even 2 is fine, but have more than one, because one platform could be very easily down and you might just be stuck holding your bag or not being able to take advantage. Like Coinbase routinely has shutdowns because of demand. So yeah, keep that in mind. Like I personally really like Coinbase and Gemini just because of the ease of UI, uh, and they're well respected in the industry. So have some exposure in there, uh, and keep them live on exchanges. So that's one way of holding your Bitcoin. And the next one, which is really interesting, which might be new for a lot of people, is to take some counterparty risk with your Bitcoin and earn some passive income. So there are platforms coming up in the states, and one of the really nice ones that I personally use is Blockfi and the interest bearing account. So what they do is like they're what they do is they you lend your Bitcoin to BlockFi, and then they use it on their side on the back end with some institutional investors. Uh, and this Bitcoin is being custodied by Gemini. So BlockFi doesn't do its own custody; they have Gemini do it for them. So there's a linkage there. It's pretty well respected. It's going really quickly, and I like the people working in that company. So I feel much secured about using that platform, and I'm getting really good yield. I'm going to do some calculation later on in this video where I'm going to show you how much money you can make through BlockFi in this bull run. So that's why I put like 30% of my holdings on BlockFi and I earn 6% per year on Bitcoin holdings. And the best part about the platform is you can earn interest in Bitcoin in US dollars in any currency you want. I personally choose Bitcoin, so every month at the first of the month I get these interest payments in Bitcoin, which is really cool. So I'm basically holding my Bitcoin and earning passive income, which is great. And then the final one is just have some portions dedicated to your 401k. If you have some, not necessarily, you don't need this, but I just put that as a possible option which people might be using. It depends on the kind of investor you are and how tech savvy you are, but this might be the easiest way for some people. So I hold Bitcoin even in my 401k through the Grayscale Trust, uh, which generally sells at a little bit of a premium. So the exposure you get per holding a share of this is not exactly the price that you pay for Bitcoin. So you're paying that premium for them to do the security for you, but it's the easiest way for a lot of people, depending on how, like I said, how tech savvy you are. So I still have some uh, portion of my portfolio stacked up there, and what happens, like I get weekly paychecks from my work, and I just put in there a little bit of portion, so that keeps stacking up, so I don't have to worry about that. And over a period of time, over the next 2 years, that should amount to some value as well. So like I said, like think about how you want to store your Bitcoin, because it's really, really important. Security is the biggest thing in terms of holding your Bitcoin. And like I said, if you have diversified options, both in terms of cold storage wallets and hot storage options, and then if you're taking some counterparty risk with a portion of your Bitcoin, then that's a really nice way to diversify and even earn passive income, and you feel much better at ease. I mean, managing all these different accounts could be cumbersome, but what I try to do is like I don't even touch my Nano or Nano Ledger or Trezor wallet or even the Atomic wallet or the Trust wallet that I have. So that's always just sitting there. I don't worry about it. And if I buy some fresh Bitcoin and if I want to maintain these percentage holdings, I just transfer it to these wallets and just let it sit. So this left portion, I just don't worry about it. And the crypto exchanges, the percentage I have I personally don't have anything on Binance right now. I transferred it to Gemini, But a couple of these exchanges, I just don't worry about it. It just sits in there. Um, the only platform that I routinely trade on or use is Coinbase. So that's the one I worry about and look maybe once a week or something. The other two I don't worry about it. And then Blockfi is the same. I don't worry about it, just sitting on Blockfi account. And then I get a notification first of the month that I'm gonna get some interest. So I just look it up and see how much I'm getting, stuff like that. So there's no maintenance per se on any of these accounts. And same thing with Grayscale Trust. Like it's just DCAing into it every 2 weeks with my 401k paychecks that goes in. So like it looks a lot right now, but once you have all these things set up, it would take a little bit of time for you to set up all these accounts, do your KYC, AML, buy these devices or stuff. But once you have this set up, you'll be much better at ease. You can sleep better. You don't have to worry about it. Like you don't have a single point of failure. Like say where if you lose your seed phrase on a nano wallet ledger, you just lose all your Bitcoin, right? Same thing with Coinbase. If there's a hack or something and you lose all your Bitcoin or something. So keep diversified options and even earn some passive income while you're at it if you're comfortable with taking a little bit of risk. So this is how I would structure my Bitcoin holdings, and I gave an example of say you have two Bitcoins, then how would that percentage look around different platforms. Every person is different. Every person's risk ability is different. So these are just options from my side. These percentage allocations could look very different for you. You could have more on cold storage, less on crypto exchanges, more on BlockFi if you're more risk taking and if you're more comfortable with the platform. These are just the allocations I personally feel comfortable with and use at this moment. So yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video and talk about it so people are aware what's out there and what people use to store the Bitcoin on. Things have become really easier since 2017, where none of this was around. So there's a lot more adoption options right now, and that's one of the big reasons why we can see a huge rise up next year in the price of Bitcoin and say even in 2022. So get all these accounts and devices set up if you haven't already, uh, and you'll be much better off. All right, that was the first part of the video. Now, in the second part of the video, what I want to go through is specifically the BlockFi portion, which might be new to some people, so I want to cover it a little more. I'll make a separate video on the platform where I'll show the platform in detail and their interest-bearing accounts. But I just want to do a quick math with you guys and show you what you can make by taking a little bit of risk with your Bitcoin holdings if you want to. So with BlockFi, what you get is you get 6% APY on your Bitcoin holdings. I think they have a tier structure, so they can give interest to everybody. So what they do is like if you hold less than 5 Bitcoin, you get 6%, and that interest goes down if you hold more than 5 Bitcoins. So let's say since we have just 2 Bitcoin and we're putting what I think around 30%, so that's zero point 0.6 Bitcoin on BlockFi, and say you're getting 6% APY, and in total Bitcoin holdings, say by 2022, that's like say let's just say 2 years. So you're holding Bitcoin on BlockFi for 2 years at 6% APY. That would account to, by just simple compound interest math, 0.674 Bitcoin. So you're earning 0.074 in Bitcoin. And let's just assume for a fact that the Bitcoin goes up over the next 2 years as people think it would be going. And let's just say the stock to flow model by Plan B is correct, which predicts the Bitcoin to go to around $288,000 by end of next year or early 2022. There might be plus minus 6 months here and there, maybe plus 6 months actually. So let's say Q2 2022, we have $288,000 Bitcoin. So just since you got 0.074 Bitcoin in interest, that would amount to $21,000 that you've uh, gotten just in interest. And keep in mind, you had 2 Bitcoin to go with, and at today's price, that's around 20, 22, 23, $24,000. So you're basically getting all your upfront investment back just by gaining that interest on BlockFi. So you're just playing with house money from there on, right? So keep that in mind. That's why I'm saying the power of compound interest and the power of taking a little bit of risk with your portfolio, and 6% APY in Bitcoin is pretty nice, especially considering the fact that you could have a major upside coming with Bitcoin. The price could easily go 10x, 20x over the next 2 years. Who knows, right? So this is just one example, and I just wanted to quickly show you and do some maths with you to make you aware of the potential of earning some interest with Bitcoin, how that can look up. So uh, this is none of this is financial advice. Like I always say, this is just my opinion and just something that I do personally, and just how I like to stack sats and chill. Uh, if you like the contents of the video, do give a like, leave a comment, and do subscribe to the channel and support the channel. I'm gonna make more interesting videos and different on different topics around Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and any other markets, and just cover daily, weekly news with regard to the market. So that's all I had for this video. Hope you liked it. Alright, I'm gonna see you in the next video.